Recording in progress. Okay. Last we left off, you guys went down into the apparent basement of the factory and found a very strange room with lots of piping along the walls, scraps of paper, and a couple of neat objects down there, including an ironstone and something that Demir just decided to take. And you there in the middle of the room, notably, there was a strange doorway reinforced with iron. After poking around a bit, you found that Maxson Price was starting to make plans for himself. And apparently, while planning, was in communication with someone known as Archmage Idurin from Island, who has the same symbol that some of you recognize, an eye with a single star in the pupil. After poking around the room some more, you managed to find something called the Shadow Maker behind a hidden door. And once you aimed it at the door in the center of the room that seemed to lead to nowhere, it created a shadow on the far wall that led to where Maxson Price seemed to be existing, a bit in a new form. He had turned himself into a clockwork dragon, and he made it very clear he didn't want you there, any of you. And so you're like, well, I guess we'll fuck off for a moment. And you left and went back to the house and started experimenting with one of the clockwork soldiers. In addition, upon returning to the house, you found that Sniv had broken into said house and released the brain from its cage, and Demir scryed on it to try to convince it to come back. And while experimenting with the body of the clockwork soldier, you found that it was technically supposed to explode upon defeat, but none of them seemed to do that. And so upon trying to figure out if you can, in fact, rig it to explode when you want to, maybe setting a trap for Maxson Price, Hawk exploded himself a little. And that's where we pick up. So, Wild Roses, what would you like to do?
I believe Falk and Tobias were going to acquire additional bits with the bomb bits for the robot to try to turn into an IED.
That's correct. Yeah, we were going to... Hawk wanted to try again.
All right.
Demir is going to try and take notes again.
All right. Oh yes, you brought Hawk down. I'll move your little token down here. Okay. So I seem to recall that you decided to drag the bodies outside to explode them.
Yeah.
How many bodies do you decide to get?
I'd say as many as we can.
I mean, you can probably carry about one each.
Yeah, I was assuming that we'd be making multiple trips, and I know Valk and Tobias were going to dismantle the robots so that it's just like the chassis or whatever that Hawk needs to construct the explosive. But I imagine they're probably making trips back and forth.
Okay. So I will say that the DC will get a little higher each time.
DC for making the explosives?
For trying to harvest the explosive bits
Okay.
to make the explosive. You haven't even gotten as far as making the explosive yet.
We're just kind of taking, we're not taking just the explosive bits, we're more taking all the extra stuff off and kind of leaving a God nugget of a being. So Hawk doesn't have to deal with the whole dead brethren thing.
Yeah, like if the explosive runes and stuff are like in the torso, then Valk and Tobias want to get rid of like the legs, the arms, the head, like the stuff that's like not relevant to it. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So they're not like extracting the explosive stuff out, they're just cutting away the parts that are unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're prepping puffer fish. We only like kind of get the area and then we bring it to the expert who knows what the fuck he's doing.
I'm making pipe bomb.
So I will say, for the sake of this, you can have a total of 3 tries. You already had strike 1.
Okay. That sounds reasonable.
Hawk, I'd like you to make a tinkering check.
What stat?
I believe that's dexterity, but since you have tinkering tools.
That's 5 total.
Okay. Let's see. I would love for you to make a dexterity check.
Oh, another one. Okay, that's a 23.
All right, so you let me just roll for this real quick. Okay, so you only take 4 fire damage.
It's like I imagine just like he hits a wrong spot and you like immediately realize like ducks away just in time to only get slightly singed.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then this will be your last try. Make another tinkering check.
All right.
As I said, the DC is higher now.
Can I have like used the notes that I've been taking to like try and help him a little bit? Maybe give him advantage.
I seem to recall you didn't take good notes.
I didn't take good drawings. I've been taking notes.
Okay.
I wasn't able to do schematics, but I was able to take notes.
Okay. You can give him advantage, but you will also be within the 5 feet. So if he explodes it again, you will be needing to make that dexterity saving throw too.
That's fine.
All right. Okay. That is 19.
19. Okay. So it does not explode, but you render the rune inert. And you decide through this entire process that this is not probably gonna work. Given your skill set.
Well, he'll communicate that. Just like, so I got the bit out, but I'm not sure if it's going to actually work. I'm not a bomb maker.
Well, we appreciate you trying.
It was worth a try.
At the very least, we know what was inside of now.
Mm-hmm.
It also is possible that Maxim rigged himself to explode upon death more successfully than his soldiers. They were prototypes after all.
He's so obsessed with living forever that I'm not sure if he would. Unless he just wanted to spite whoever might actually end his life.
I was going to say, spite is a strong motivator.
Guess we'll just have to see and be ready to book it if he starts going critical.
Do we have the resources to identify the ion stone tonight, or do we need to do that in the morning?
I can identify it. Oh yeah, Toby did find it in the group. Demir will turn to Toby and just, do you want me to identify that stone you found?
Sure, I have an inkling of what it might be, but I don't know exactly what it does. And he'll pass the stone over to Demir.
Yeah, I'll spend a minute casting Identify.
All right. So you cast Identify on the Ion Stone, and this is an Ion Stone of Protection.
Oh. Let me look that up.
So for someone who attunes to it, it's as I said, it's a gusty kind of rose-colored egg-like shape that will rotate around your head, and when you attune to it, you gain a +1 bonus to AC.
Oh.
Tobias will be attuning to that tonight.
I was going to say it would help whoever needs a little extra toughness.
Or we could stack Falk up to an AC 25 with a couple spells and that.
My God.
That is fun, but having
Yeah,
more
I
AC
know, I
on
know.
you.
It would be better on one of the people who swap into frontlining.
Or the warlock
Someone
who has
who's
a habit
already
of
a
getting
little
too
squishy.
close.
Warlock already stole the nice staff I put out for you guys. So
Yep, this is mine.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense for her to have it, honestly.
Well, Toby gets first
Girlish.
dibs. They grabbed it.
Oh, what's Demir's AC?
It is 13, but I have the staff. And I cannot attune to more than 30 items.
yeah, and
What are
when
your
when
other
you
attuned
attune
items?
to the staff, I'll give you a nice description, but
Yeah.
What are the other things that you're attuned to?
The crystal ball and amulet of protection against detection and location. Which I
Okay.
am not unsyncing from. You take the iron stone.
You could always give me the crystal ball.
No.
Mental image
I
of
don't-
Wish using every charge that he could have wasted to angrily scry on Fiola.
Oh, it doesn't
She's
work
one of
at
those
Scry on
planes.
Fiola. Bitch, and closes the screen.
That's what Samir's been trying to do. That is her first plan upon entering the Feywild, is to scry on that bitch. No, I think it is better served with more of a frontline sort of person, and I can stay in the back and get out very easily.
Agreed. I've been considering entering the front line more anyway.
This all yours?
All right.
I'll hand the stone back.
So do you take the time now to attune to these items?
Sure, Tobias will take the time to attune to it, because it's like an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just do it now.
All right. So Tobias, you sit down with the Iron Stone and start to focus on it, and you can feel the magical energy reach out to you from the stone. And at the end of the hour, the stone slowly lifts up off of the ground and starts rotating around your head like a moon.
Wow.
I is king of the moon.
The moon.
Demir, are you going to attune to the staff you took?
Yes. And I'm doing this sitting outside, specifically waiting for the intellective hour to get back.
Okay.
I will
So
attune.
you focus on the staff. You set it on the ground in front of you, and gently touch it with your hands. And as you focus on it, over the course of an hour, emanating out from your hands, frost begins to consume the entire staff until the whole thing looks like it's a shard of ice.
Oh yes. I love it.
Is there anything anyone else would like to accomplish?
I mean, if the intellective hour hasn't come back, I do have 2 more things to do, but those can wait until everyone else is gone.
It takes a little while for the intellective hour to come back. It's well into evening by the time it scampers up the steps.
Oh,
I
hello
know. Oh, sorry.
there. Oh, no, it's okay.
I was just gonna say I know Lish and I were gonna maybe look at our spells before we went in.
Well, I assume you guys are all taking a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can find the icon for the intellective hour again.
I should have done this over the course of the week, not right.
All good. Nope. There we go. Brain dog.
Oh, hello there. Thank you for coming back.
Kind of just turns around in a circle.
I'm going. I don't remember. Were we able to ascertain, like, from my talking to it, if it knows of its own situation, as it were?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. That is a insight 19.
You got the impression that it's only somewhat aware, and it ironically lacks like the mental capacity to truly comprehend. But it knows that it used to be something else and that it's something different now. And that it is what it is.
Yeah. I know that you want to go home, and I want to help take you home, but I don't want there to be any misunderstandings on your family's part. Can you trust us to help them understand?
You get a a mental projection of anxiety.
I know.
And it sort of turns around in a circle again.
I know. I don't.
Mama's gonna come over and kind of crouch to kind of get on the thing's level. The monk squat TM.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of tilt her head at it like, I mean, if its family ends up not wanting it, I could maybe give it the run of part of the tavern. The back rooms. Give it a spot.
We'll get you a home.
One way or another.
I'm going to offer it a hand. Like, shake.
Roll persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion? That's a dirty 20.
A 20?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Yeah, it reaches out one of its weird, kind of fleshy, dog-like hands.
Shake. That is a promise. We will get you home. And then I would like to spend the rest of my evening. Can I scry on Maxson now that we've seen him?
Sure. I mean, you can try.
Yeah, I would like to try to scry on him.
Okay, let's see. That's a wisdom save, right?
Yep. I think for him it would be 17. I have met the target. I'm not familiar with him, and I don't have any body parts or possessions, so I think it's just a straight 17.
Okay.
We have some of his notes, don't we?
We do have the notes.
The staff also could have been his.
That's true. I mean, I can hold the notes and see if that counts as a possession. That would add 4 to the save.
Okay. So you pull out the scrying orb and you pull out some of the notes and start to focus in to try to see if you can see Maxson Price, but you hit a wall. One that you are somewhat familiar with, that you've experienced before. He does not seem to be on the plane right now.
The number you're trying to reach is currently unavailable.
That steam room, it's not connected to this plane. Or it's not on this plane. It is separate. It is something else. Well, at least that means that he's not getting out of it.
Oh, true. That begs the question if the knowledge of how to do that is what he got from the Archmage instead of the knowledge of how to create those automatons.
I'm so mad that I'm not playing Levy right now because she'd just be like, oh, it's a fucking pocket dimension. Like, I miss her.
Alright. Well, that informs at least a little bit. Then, yeah, the rest of the evening, Demir is just going to spend cooking a little, and that's it for me.
You're going to send? Sorry, I misheard you.
Oh, I'm gonna be cooking.
Oh, okay.
Cooking treats for the rest of the long rest, and then that's it. So,
Anyone else doing anything?
I'd be meditating, but if somebody wants to have a conversation with the orc MILF, feel free to bother her.
I hope that's your new band name. Orc MILF.
Orc MILFs. Orc MILFs Anonymous.
actually, well, Mama is right there with Demir in the brain. So Demir is probably gonna look at her and just like, are you doing okay? I know this is a lot for you to have gotten thrown into.
It's hard to see these, and she's gonna kind of vaguely gesture over to where the fucking automaton is kind of dismantled, and know that not only were my townspeople part of making them, but they got, presumably, parts of them got put into them, and they're just gone. I'm not looking forward to giving that news. But otherwise, I'm alright. I guess it's just nice to put them to rest and figure out what happened. It's just a little upsetting that it happened to my people from my town. Very protective of them, to say the least. But I'm sure you gathered that.
A little. This is a lot. And like I said, you were kind of tossed into our deep end, at least.
I signed myself up.
Gestures over towards Hawk. Has Hawk covered himself up again, or is he still a robot up?
He's still got bare metal.
Yeah, Demir just kind of gestures towards him a little.
I signed myself up for your deep end, so to speak. I offered my help freely, knowing that it could probably turn into something quite grisly. I have a habit of offering this sort of assistance to groups like yourselves coming through my town, so it's not new to me. I'm less bothered than you are worried about. I promise.
That is good. I'm sorry that this happened in your town.
Me too. I think I'll be okay so long as I get a couple of good hits in on him.
Well, you certainly have proven yourself capable.
Appreciate it. You guys are pretty sturdy yourselves as a group.
We hold our own. I think you would enjoy our missing member. I wish she was here. She's much better with the brain stuff.
She's gonna point to the
No, like
brain.
Maybe. More about the thinking things.
That's fair.
He's the bookworm.
Academic.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not
wizard.
like this.
No, not a wizard. She's a sorcerer. It's fine.
Does Demir say that?
I mean, no, it's just, she's not a wizard or an alchemist. She's something else. But she's very smart.
I've met perfectly fine wizards and alchemists. You know, that pass through town. You meet a lot of different kinds of people, but they do tend towards being messy.
That is what I am gathering. The more wizards I run into, the more I get a sense for them.
DM, super quick, would Poet have come through the town?
You know what? Probably.
Would he have stopped at the cozy little inn?
Yeah, he's not really the type to decide to stay at the casino. So yeah.
Okay. Would he have made any kind of impression, or would he have mostly kept to himself?
That is up to Mama.
Fair enough.
She knows people. Poet might have asked for directions, but he's not really.
She was probably nosy about it.
He's not really the type to jump up on the table and be like, round of drinks on me or anything. So.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I also imagine when she views Poet with how we met him, he's like young, very sweet, very much like enthusiastic about research and all that stuff, that she'd probably see him and go, oh my lord, who let this child out of their house?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
pretty much. She looked at him and clocked wizard, probably, like wizard, and then clocked, oh, he's a sweet little bumpkin. It's probably fine. Probably.
He's not the rich kind of wizard. He's the poor kind of wizard.
He's the resourceful little guy on a personal journey. But yeah, she'll kind of tilt her head from side to side and kind of go, you live and run you live in and run a joint like mine, and you meet a lot of different kinds of people. At least most wizards, you can just scruff them if they get a little too, wizardy. Audacious in the bar. But there's been a few that have just kind of come through, asked for directions, or if there was a library in the town, and been on their way. There was one semi-recently. He blended in well with the town. He could have been at home if he'd stayed, but he didn't. That's fine.
So you say. Demir's a little not sure if she can come around on wizards just yet.
No, that's fine. She's just like, I don't know. I've seen, it takes all kinds. I've seen all sorts sort of conversation. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, she's familiar with wizard hubris, but like, there's some quaint little nerds who just come through and want a warm spot to fucking sleep and shit like that, you know.
You must hear lots of interesting stories. Any particularly wild ones?
I mean, depending on where you're from, wild for some people can be a normal Tuesday for me. Or
Tiny.
It could be something like what we're doing here. I think this is one of my wilder ones. For certain.
Oh. Any interesting? I would like to hear any stories if you have any.
God, you're asking me to spin something on the spot. Oh my god.
You don't have to. We can just say that they tell stories.
Like I kind of want to, but also I'm like, what does she do?
I can feed you some stuff if you like.
Yeah, that'd probably be helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you
Bjorn,
don't have to.
son
Like I
of
said,
Bjorn,
you don't
son of
have to. Demir is just gonna like ask for stories while she's sitting there, like getting bread to rise, like throwing together a dough and that type of stuff.
Yeah, she'll probably tell you stories about like, oh, like I've seen, you know, people run half naked from their rooms, covered in God knows what. Freaking before.
Just to give you some stuff.
People streaking down the street.
Yeah, there's you get some interesting types come to the casino pretty regularly. One time you heard about a gnome who lost all of his winnings and threw such a fit about it, he was banned from the casino. And so he got his friend, another gnome, to sit on his shoulders, and they tried to sneak back in and were caught almost instantly.
Stacked in a trench coat. It was lumpy. I don't know how they thought it would work. They set it up in my tavern, and I told them it wasn't going to work.
You also, one of the most recent adventuring parties that came through were called the Stargazers. And you, of course, offered your help to them, but they politely declined. Whom, Demir, you know that the Stargazers were the folks that you guys fought in the arena and the fight pit for the festival.
We hung out with them.
Yeah, we had run into them up in Royas.
Oh, good. They were a pretty polite bunch.
Interesting group.
Mama, you also recently saw another half-orc woman making her way eastward into Island, and she stopped briefly at your inn, and she seemed pretty nice. You didn't didn't catch her name though. Let's see. Another funny incident that happened in town was there was this traveler who came in, and apparently he was very bluntly trying to get hooked up with some more illicit substances. However, he ended up getting scammed really badly, and
they gave him oregano.
Overpaid for some spices used in cooking.
I paid him a little. Didn't pay him what he paid for them, but I paid him a little more than what they were worth. Just to take the sting out of the wound.
Oh, you really shouldn't have.
No. But we were low on basil, so it worked out a little.
So the woman you mentioned, the half-elf, did she... Well, can I use minor illusion to, like, conjure up the, like, image of Rosania?
Sure.
Yeah, just vaguely. It doesn't have to be, like, a perfect portrait, but does she look something kind of like this?
Did she?
The lady I mentioned previously was a half orc, not a half elf.
Oh, half orc. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind.
Also, Rosania is a full-blooded elf.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But for the record, you have not seen anyone like that pass through recently.
No, I'm afraid she hasn't passed through where I've seen her.
That's okay. Thanks.
I hope that's not your friend that isn't with you at the moment.
No. We know where our friend is. She's back home.
Home? Your groups usually don't have a home. How'd you manage that?
It was haunted.
Lovely.
You
know, and she's gonna spin this story about going down into the mines because it's an old mining town and how she's pretty sure there was ghosts and she's had some encounters and shit. Like, oh, absolutely.
I am going to tell some somewhat exaggerated stories about us in a tragedy house, although it doesn't need to be that exaggerated. It's more for flavor.
Yeah. She's also adding flair to her stories because it's like, you know, like she's gonna be like, oh, you know, I tried to punch one of them and my fucking fist just went through, like it didn't work. It's like
yes, absolutely.
She just wanted to see if she could touch it and it didn't work, and then yeah,
we're spinning yarns.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe making those is more appropriate, but
meanwhile, like I feel like she's like idly found like a spot on Brain to like just kind of scratch out with the one nail, just like, and make that leg
kind
go.
of rubbery and creepy.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's brain textured.
Brain.
Brain.
I love Brain. Yeah, no, I feel like regardless, she's like, she touches it once and it feels kind of weird and she goes, and then it just texture for basically anybody, and then she'll find like a spot because it's in her brain right now. In her mind right now, it's basically just dog. It's a weird dog. It's a fucked up little dog.
Pretty much.
Weird.
It's like one of those like hairless chihuahuas.
Hey, mama, there's a weird freaking dog out here.
Yeah. So she's found a spot and she's scritching under it just to get that back leg going, and she's like, she pauses at one moment and she goes, God, why is this thing cute? Why is it cute? Why is it puppy? But yes, she'll happily shoot the shit with Demir.
Yeah.
All right.
Portmanteau, cute, and curse, they start with the same two letters.
So, anyone else have anything they'd like to accomplish this evening? Go once.
I think Lish was gonna tease Hawk a little bit about being made of meat, but
Okay. Go for it.
I don't know if they end up being in the same area.
I mean, I did move Hawk up there in the base floor, ground floor.
Yeah, Lish is like debriefing with the pixies or something and kind of looks over to Hawk when Hawk comes over. It's just like, and how are you?
Oh, you know,
I
could
don't
be better,
know.
could be worse.
Could it be worse? This
Well, it
seems
could.
like quite the outcome.
No, it could only be worse if I was actually the same as the things that we were just fighting.
Are you so sure you're not?
I'm pretty sure. I've had to take apart my arm before, and there wasn't any meat in that.
Hmm. Have you looked deeper into yourself?
I haven't had a need to yet.
Well, perhaps the others would be willing to aid you with their note-taking and explosives making.
I gave up on that last part, I think.
Oh,
I'm not sure if they'd want to take more notes, especially since, as said, I'm fairly certain I'm not the same as them. Otherwise, our appearances would be a lot more similar.
but you just don't know for certain. What would you think if you were?
I'm
The
not really
soul-
sure.
Perhaps the soul of some poor mortal stuffed in the container.
If that is the case, then I don't have any memory of who I was. Unlike these creatures, which seemed to be talking about what they remember as they die. I don't know, I just find it incredibly unlikely.
I guess we'll find out at some point. This
Yes.
does seem like it would be the easiest construction method, rather than pulling a soul out of thin air.
In a sense, he might have, since I suppose he copied nature's homework. Built upon a
Maybe.
base as grisly as that is. He saw that skeleton in the molds, and... Well, as I said, I had to take apart my arm once, and there wasn't any meat in there. No bone, either.
That is good luck.
I'm not sure if it's luck entirely, but... perhaps.
fortune then. I, for one, am looking forward to destroying this dragon in the morning.
As am I. I know it's not going to be easy, but I'm as eager to dismantle what used to be Maxson as much as Mama is, even if it's for only, if it's for different reasons.
Do you think your Jamie knows him, knew of him?
It's hard to say.
I suppose if we see him, we can ask.
That is right, isn't it? We came all the way down here to try and find him, and he hasn't shown up yet. It's possible we missed him.
We're still a distance from his home, correct?
Quite a distance. It's still across the mountains.
Well, Lish just kind of sighs a little bit and kind of returns to talking to his pixies.
Yeah, Hawk will let the conversation drop.
All right. Anyone else?
Aaron's just gonna find a secluded house corner and haul up painting.
All right. What do you paint?
I'm going to keep that one a surprise, actually.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Roll a performance check.
Sounds good to me. Ooh. That is a 21.
It's turning out pretty well. You're feeling pretty pleased about it.
Awesome.
All right. Anyone else? Cool.
That's it for me.
All right.
Until we log
So you
off.
all take a long rest. You can bump back up your hit points and change your spells around. Necessary.
First
Did it.
thing
Done it.
in the
Done.
morning. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just talking, saying I finished my spells.
First thing in the morning, Demir is going to pull out her scry orb and scry on Levy.
Okay. How is much of an early riser is Levy?
Okay. She's a fucking farm girl. Crack a dawn, baby.
Okay. So she's awake. Would you say you're maybe in the library? That's where I picture her anyway.
Maybe. Like how early is it?
I don't know. How early do you wake up, Demir?
I don't know when we were planning on waking up.
I assume usually around 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
when
There's
you
a
guys
plan?
Get up.
Probably around
Maybe
9
would
o'clock.
be like 2 hours behind you since you're on the other side of the continent.
Okay. So it's like 7.
Yeah.
She's probably like been kicking back, and like even though she's awake when the sun rises, probably around like 6-ish, she lays in bed for like a couple of hours because she can.
That's
Yeah.
a life.
So I imagine she is starfished. And you said the house is basically done, yeah?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, you're Demir, you see
So it's like the gigantic
on
bed.
a green sheeted bed, just kind of flopped.
Hey, girl. Hey.
You'll
Oh my
not
God, are we
believe
hangerling?
what's been happening.
Hey, girl, hey.
No, it's Amir. It's just, like, Levy. And I'm going to I'm not going to do it in game, but I'm going to just info dump everything that's been happening, give her an update on it, on the whole situation, tell her about the clockwork dragon, tell her about the soldiers, that she's been getting notes, that we really, really miss her, and that we wish that she was around, and that we hope she's doing well.
She's doing great. Demir is basically watching her listen to the whole story, and she's slowly getting up for the day. She goes from starfish the fuck out all across this whole gigantic bed, to kind of propping herself up, to getting up and kind of putting on proper clothes for the day, and all that jazz. And she's just very content to listen. And when Demir's like, "Oh, we miss you," she's like, "I miss you too."
Yeah, but Demir just wanted to give Levy an update on everything and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
for
Demir
10
will
minutes,
get an
they
update
chat.
too. "Oh, I've been bonding with the kids. I went out for drinks and shop talk with Aldrich and all that. Just she's having a grand old time, and the house is almost done, and she's feeling a lot better than she can really remember. So it's she's thriving." She's in
Hell yeah.
comfy house clothes of soft greens and peachy pinks and sunrise oranges and shit like that. So she's got her hair down. It's kind of messy. She's got a little bit of bedhead, but she's finger combing it out, still kind of half asleep, just having a slow morning, listening to Demir spill all the beans.
Absolutely spilling all the beans.
Somewhere in the distance, Demir, by the way, you can hear the echoing of harp strings being plucked.
I do remember music. Okay, yeah.
And it's Echo likes to play the harp, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And when she starts to hear the harp, Levy kind of drops her voice a little bit, because obviously she doesn't want to just announce that she can hear it, because she is kids can be shy about that kind of stuff, and she doesn't want to spook Echo about it at all. She's like, "Echo's the kids have been doing super well. Echo practices music a lot, and right now and stuff, and it's been good."
So glad.
She got to spend time with Poet. It was fun. She got to show him the parts of the city that she knew. They went exploring. They got the stuff back to the hag and all that. And that went fine. She promises, she swears up, down, left, and right, fucking that that went fine. The hag only received the fruit that she was promised, and the oh hi, hello, hi from Lish, I believe, that he wanted them to pass on, and and then they were like, peace. Because Levy was like, "We're not doing this anymore." She's like, "I got to be stupid with a hag once." Once. And we're getting the fuck out of here now. But she's
The
very
Beck
nice.
cousins
However-
only get one turn with the hag stupidity each.
They both had their one turn with the hag stupidity, and now they get to go. And
Next, it's going to be Grace's turn.
No. Wait a second. All that. Just
Yeah.
she seems really content.
Hell
Very
yeah.
comfortable in her own skin for once in her fucking life.
Hell yeah. That's good. Yeah, so that's all Demir wanted to do in the morning. Oh, and who needs extra hit points? Who needs a little boost in the party?
I mean, you can't go wrong with just giving it out.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're Demir's husband.
Topping off hit points or bonus hit points?
Bonus hit points.
Oh, I would like bonus hit points.
No one should need topping off because you all just took a long rest.
Yeah. So, Demir, Valk, Lish, and last one, Toby, Hawk, Dove, or Aaron. Who wants?
I mean, Aaron's the beefiest artist I've ever seen, so he probably doesn't need this badly.
Yeah.
If you want it, you can take it. I don't. I'll pass on it probably, but
Tobias doesn't need it.
Yeah. I think
No, I'll
we're
take it
by
then, sure.
size people.
yeah, I'll take it if they don't want it.
Actually, important clarification. Can Hawk take the food?
Oh, it's food. Okay,
Yeah.
right. He doesn't have a mouth. So,
I forgot you don't have a
Yes,
mouth.
yeah, so it has to be one of
Forgot
those
you
two.
don't have
Just for,
eyes. Okay,
I'll have
Toby
a face
then.
someday, I swear.
All of you guys get 4 temporary hit points.
Woo!
I'm up to a whole 75.
Yay!
Wow, you had to get up into the 70s.
Tobias is at 103.
Oh shit.
God damn.
Pardon?
Tobias takes off his cloak and he's fucking ripped. There's that. Have any of you seen that one clip from the game Judgment? It's made by the people who made the Yakuza series, where the guy looks like a businessman and stuff, and he takes off his suit jacket and it's just ripped underneath. I'll send a gift of it in chat.
Fucking,
Incredible.
it's like Link in Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
As soon as you get to the sumo wrestling shit, he's ripped and he looks twice his actual size when he's wearing the tunic and shit for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Link would have to be buff.
Well, yes, but it's still really funny because he looks like a total twink in the tunic, and then he takes it off. And it's why is this dude stacked?
It's just
so
twink.
funny.
Because he's an otter.
That's true. And he still has the sweet little elfy kind of boyish face on him too. So it's
Neck up. Of course, I'll have your daughter home by 9. Neck down. She calls me daddy too.
Awful. Anyways.
Yeah. That's all.
So. Are you guys ready?
We weren't able to prep any bombs.
The 1 out of 3 Hawk could get, he decided this probably isn't going to work.
Mhm.
So.
And then we checked the resistances, and they resist psychic, non-magical attacking types, and wasn't there one other?
The soldiers are
Poison.
immune to poison, psychic, and stuff from non-magical attacks.
And bludgeoning and slashing damage.
It also can't be polymorphed or anything. says, Clockwork Soldier is immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form.
Did we learn anything from the dragon book?
The dragon book itself is pretty basic, to be honest. Talking about dragons have wings, and then there's a whole section on like discussing if they count as insects or not. And then there's I mean, the point is it's a very basic knowledge, like what is a dragon? You know that those like dragonology books, like that you can find with the red cover with the eye on it. It's kind of like that.
This man went to the Powell's Kids section.
How do I not have that on display?
Based.
You mean the book that I literally fucking have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that, but where
Quick, Felix, scan it for Maxson's weaknesses.
Something I can
Glitter.
Glitter.
Something that I can do before we go inside is I have one freedom of movement that I can cast on myself or someone else, which let's see here. For the duration, the target's movement is unaffected by difficult terrain, and spells and other magical effects can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained. And
So I will move you guys over to the room with the Shadow Maker in a moment. But before you leave the house, what do you do with the brain and also Sniv?
I don't think we should leave them alone together again.
Yeah,
we're going to
didn't
be
go so well last time.
Gree, meanwhile, looks at you, Demir, like,
Yeah, I see you.
did their best.
I'm not mad at
we
you.
could always baby Bjorn Sniv into the fight.
Niv can win this.
How bad of an idea is it to let Sniv have free roam of the top floor of the factory?
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
He is a very creative type.
so
I don't want him anywhere near the cannon that gets us in and out of this pocket dimension. If there's any way for
Fair.
Sniv to be able to turn that off, I don't want him near it. So
There is an
We could-
elevator. If
we
the
could
elevator's at the
ask-
bottom, he might not be able to like get down.
Yeah. We could have the brain in there instead, just so they're separated.
That's a good point. Give Sniv free reign of the house. But
sorry, the brain has more hit points than Sniv does. What the fuck?
well, you need to give Sniv levels in sidekicks so I can
Well, I
maybe
mean-
Bjorn him into combat while he casts spells.
Well, I mean, Sniv's like level 0, level 1. The Intellect Devourer is an actual monster with stats, so...
I mean, as long as we make sure that Sniv does not come down the elevator.
I say put Brain in warehouse and Sniv in house. Would keep them out of the most individual dangers.
Yeah, because there's enough things lying around that it's very possible that Sniv could hurt himself or make something that could hurt us.
Yeah, let's not leave him alone with the magic rocks that he would then proceed to eat.
Good point.
The Intellect Devourer kind of runs around your guys' feet, and you all get a feeling of assistance, of being helped.
Can you do you want to come with us into the factory?
Just continues kind of running around.
Okay. We'll take him with us. And it can guard the entry. Make sure that nothing messes with the cannon while we're in there.
Does it want to ride in, like, on top of my pack?
Zamir will kneel down and offer, like, think about it riding on top of our bags or walking beside us or being carried like a cat.
You get the image of what you saw before through the scrying of walking alongside a wagon wheel.
Okay, I think it wants to walk.
That works. Mama's gonna put her hands on her hips and kind of do the mom stance at it and go, now you stay out from underfoot, and when it comes to the violence, you hang back.
Runs around in a circle around your feet.
Gonna assume that means you understand.
I give Sniv a lecture about, okay, you can stay in the house and do whatever you want, just don't destroy the books. We might need those.
Fine.
I look over at Avery's freaking Zoom window and I immediately see like the pout.
The Sniv face.
It's so good.
It would be handy if you come up with some sort of weapon by the time we're back.
I thought I saw a junk pile. I can do that.
Give him something to ADHD on.
All right. So I assume you guys head back down to the basement. All right. You're now
Nervous.
outside. You have the Shadow Maker with you. Any final preparation?
Before we go in, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself, just to help. Because I've never actually cast that spell on myself.
All right. You cast it on yourself, and the it's odd because there is so much moisture in the air from the steam, and it seems to gather towards you and solidify into ice.
Yeah. It's very much like especially like around her like eyes and like the kind of tips of her get like very frosty and like kind of like if you guys have ever seen like a bubble freezing, the like kind of like crystal ice that forms but like over her.
And Lisha will go over to Volk and be like, are you planning on flying in there?
Well, we need to get him down from the rafters as soon as possible so everyone can engage.
So Lisha will kind of smack your arm, shoulder, and cast freedom of movement on you. Which I will post the thing in the thing. Lasts for an hour.
Is it concentration or is it just...
It is not, which is... Otherwise I wouldn't have cast it if it was concentration.
Oh, true.
Because I got like so many fucking druid spells are concentration. It drives me nuts. I can't stack like fucking anything.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Freedom of movement. You can't be paralyzed or restrained.
Oh, that's
or
cool.
have your speed reduced.
At which point I can activate my wings. This is all right before we head in, so we can maximize time. So
you arrange yourselves on the map.
And Lish will say, I also have fairy fire prepared, so if it's possible for me to, I will light them up in the darkness.
11 hours until it's back up. So battle strategy is to try to get it to come down as quickly as possible. Engage with medium strength, see if the repairers are arriving. If they do, destroy the repairs as quickly as possible. And if not, double down into high aggression.
Should I try and talk it down to the ground again?
I think probably starting out with trying to get it to go down before we openly attack would be a good idea. I can make a this thing taps the icicle staff. I can make a protective barrier if we need.
What kind?
Ice.
Well, yes, ice.
I can make a wall or a dome. If we need
that to you.
So if the fight goes badly, I can at least make us a little bit of a shield for escaping.
Wait a second. How big is our tower in a box?
Oh, I forgot completely about the tower in the box.
Use that here. I feel like that is the way to get our tower taken away.
Let me double check.
Could we put it in the dragon's mouth and then activate it?
And then blow it up real big.
Even better, you could Thanos this bitch.
Okay, Sniff, you have a very important job.
Okay, instant fortress. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, we could do it. It's got like arrow slits on all sides and a battlement atop it.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope. It would be pretty extra.
It has a roof.
It is a square tower with a battlement on top of it. So it does have a roof, I believe, if that's what the battlement is, where you can run around and fight on top is how I interpret that. Yeah, there's a ladder ends at a trapdoor leading to the roof.
Yeah, so that would give us a fortified retreat point if it's not too big for the room.
It is.
That's the other question is if it's too big for the bridge.
It's 20 by 20 by 20.
Yeah, it's too big.
And
yeah,
30 feet high.
I feel like if we are trying to retreat, getting out here and locking him in the pocket dimension is probably the best way to do it.
Fair. Or using your bubble wand staff thing.
Well, it's not permanent. It could just serve as a temporary measure while we all get out.
It's just a temporary spec. Well, I'll put instant fortress somewhere easy to access just in case.
A little big for the bridge, but who knows?
Yeah, but there's like lumps of space, weren't there, closer to the edge that were a bit bigger? If I'm remembering correctly, there was like a platform a bit farther down. That I don't remember. Okay, well, I guess we'll go in, we'll try and talk. I doubt it'll work, and then we'll get it down.
One way or
All
another.
right. So I'm going to bring you to the next map. Please arrange yourselves.
Let's see. Before we go in, since this lasts 10 minutes, and I'm gonna have to overextend, I cast Shield of Faith on myself, and that's 10 minutes.
We could definitely set the tower up in here. 20 by 20 by 20.
The space is like. Oh, I was thinking it's 20 squares, not 20 feet. Yeah, no, that fits.
Please arrange yourselves.
We could dump it right at the door and give us a tactical retreat point.
Because something is going to happen as soon as you enter the room. So I need you to arrange yourselves.
Right.
Flying V formation.
Perfect for a cone. I don't.
People with actual fucking like armor class up front. Glass cannons in the back. People who want to fucking hit shit at close range up front. People who need to be in the back. And for range stuff in the back.
Okay.
Let's do it medium distance.
So, as you enter the room, you can see that Maxson Price is, in fact, still closer to the end here. And who is he going to address first? I mean, looking at your formation and the first one in, Bulk, I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Woo!
Because you probably would have been the first one in.
Woo! That one!
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So as you enter the room, let me just roll some dice here. Okay. And 18, 21, 26, 31, so you take 42 fire damage as you enter the room, and at first it is hot oil that's just sent in a straight line at your face, but in midair, as it streams towards you, it ignites. Oh, nice. Okay.
Sorry, it was 40 what?
I already put the dice away. 42. And you just get hit in the face with hot on fire oil. He growls, "I told you not to return." And I would like for everyone to roll initiative. All right, what's baby boy here gonna get?
Guys, I'm doing great on initiative here.
let's see. I think
I did the impossible and got double digits.
I'm proud of you.
My God, last night I was playing D&D and I rolled with advantage on something to hit an enemy, and I rolled double ones.
God, that feels so bad.
The worst.
That was so much.
Aaron.
15.
Okay. Okay. So first up is Tobias.
Oh, that's sad.
Shit is not going good. What's the edge of his hitbox? Is it like here, basically? Whatever boxes
where I'm pinging,
part of the images.
I keep an eye where I'm pinging.
Right there.
Yep.
Okay.
So he's taking up a lot of space.
Okay, I just wanted to.
I mean, if you're going to turn yourself into a metal monster, you may as well turn yourself into a fucking dragon.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I'd
Balls?
probably do something similar.
Trying to explain that to my dad, and he's like, "But why?
Why not? It's a dragon."
If you want a form that's like gonna live super long, but also scare away a lot of people, yeah, a dragon.
Why would you not be a dragon? You have wings,
Right?
If you have the option to become any monster, why would you not pick dragon?
Is there a limit to a bow range?
I think it's like 120 feet.
120, I think, is
The way it works
This
is that it's
is
got
150.
yeah, it's got like this is such a long bow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. 150 feet is where you roll normally, and the 600 you have to roll a disadvantage. But I think he's within 150, so you're
Yeah, he's
probably
within
fine.
85. That's why I wanted to.
Yeah, no, you good.
I
You
haven't
good.
tried to snipe someone from this far away.
Longbows
Okay.
are super long range. You good?
So I will do my first, or no. First, I'm gonna do Crimson Right for that
Alright.
bonus.
Mark your damage for that.
Yep. 1d6. Only took 3. Is it? I'll just see. Cool. Okay. And then now I will do the first attack. Yeah, okay, he's all good. Shot number 1. That's a 27 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Cool. God, and then let me check the connect poster real fast. It doesn't actually die of its damage. Okay. Just wanted to make sure since it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And my memory is very poor. So 13 plus 3 is 16, and then plus the Hemocraft will be.
What's the Hemocraft, by the way? You're doing shock damage.
I think. Yeah, he'll do shock damage.
Okay.
Okay, so 13 plus 3, that's 16 plus 6.
So you'll need to
is-
tell me the stats individually,
Uh,
because he's got some resistances.
okay. 13 is the base damage, plus 3, that makes 16 for the base damage for piercing.
Okay.
And then 6 shock damage.
Okay. So he only takes 3 shock damage.
Okay. And now he will do his second shot. $21 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. Oh, then this time I can just click those. There we go. And D8 plus C, that's 5, and then plus the D6. 5 base damage, and then 6 shock damage. Reduce that by half, so that's 3 shock damage.
Okay. Not a bad opening turn.
Yeah. And I believe that will be Tobias's turn.
Okay. You don't move at all or anything?
I mean, he doesn't want to get too close to the party in case the guy does do a breath attack.
Mm-hmm.
And he also doesn't want to get too close to the edge in case the guy tries to shove him off.
Yeah, probably smart. Felix, you weren't here last time, but that is not, in fact, lava down there. This is just the best map I could find. That is boiling water and pipes and steam and stuff.
Sick.
Okay.
I'm editing it to be blue like water in my brain.
Nice. Okay. So with that, it is your turn.
Fuck, sorry, shit, fuck, balls. I forgot that my my initiative actually rolled well for once. It's fine, everything's fine. Let me see this shit. Oh god, I can move 50 fucking feet, but I can double dash for 100.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to freaking yeet.
Just yeet it. I kind of don't want to just yeet it. I don't want to leave everybody in the dust and fucking eat shit. So
Yeah, my move is 60.
yeah, we're gonna be tactical about it. 50 feet, so right there. Okay. So what I gotta do? I literally just lost where it was supposed to be. 50 feet, right there. Okay. There we go. I remembered. And I'm gonna go ahead and do yeah, I'll just hold my action.
What are you holding it for? What's
Holding
the trigger?
Oh, if this motherfucker attacks me, I guess, if he gets up in my shit and tries to hurt me.
All right. With that, it is his turn. And he is going to stalk a couple steps this way because Erin and Lish are so nice to line up for him. So I'd like you both to make dexterity saving throws. Because he's going to spit oil you guys now.
Sorry, was I on that list?
Nope. Erin and Lish.
Aaron and Lish.
Oh, that's not good. 12 from Aaron.
Okay. Lish?
15 for me.
Those both fail. So give me a second to roll my million dice. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29, 32, 38. So you each take 38 fire damage.
Yeek.
Let's see if he gets his breath weapon back. No, sir. Okay. So that's it for his turn. Hawk.
All right. I'll begin by moving him a little bit closer, just in case. And I'm just gonna lay into him with arrows.
Okay.
Fun. That is... Math is hard.
Math isn't real.
It's a 15.
15 misses.
Okay, now this other one doesn't hit either then.
All right. You shoot the arrows, but they both glance off of him. All right. Do you move at all on your turn?
I already did. And I don't want to use a bonus action, so yeah, that's it.
Okay. Lish.
Yarp. Let's see here. How far am I away from him now? 90 feet. So what I would like to do is I would like to I think it's important to do this, but it also seems kind of stupid to not just smack it. Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna rush forward within 60 feet, which I think I'm just gonna move it. So I'm 90 feet up, so I've gotta be just, let's see, where am I? I just want to be right within 60 feet, which I think that is. Let's move one more. And I'm casting Fairy Fire on it.
Okay.
And
that is the wrong thing. Thank you, roll 20. Okay. Let's see. What color is your fairy fire?
White. Bright white.
All right.
It has
now
to
sparkly white.
Well, it has to succeed against a dex save.
Oh, okay.
It's not automatic, unfortunately, for me.
Right. All right. Well, luckily he's not super dexy, so.
Dex 16.
Yeah, he fails.
So yeah, he lights up in bright white. And okay, so he's outlined in white light for the duration. Objects and affected creatures shed dim light on a 10-foot radius. So he's kind of slightly glowing like he's radioactive.
All right. And he's got the little snowflake in the corner just to indicate.
Right. And any attack roll against them has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. And I think that it'll really help us when he tries to fly up into the sky.
Okay.
So that's that. And then for drinking like a health potion, can I use a bonus action for that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a bonus action for yourself to drink a healing potion, but it takes an action to feed one to someone else.
Okie dokie. Cool. So I'm going to do that. And that's my turn.
All right. Aaron.
Yeah. Guess he's gonna move up as much as he can. Which is hello. Okay. Which is over here. And I'm gonna great sign using my second wind already. But I'm gonna use that. And then I guess just hold for if it gets close enough that I can whack it.
All right. Ball.
And that's my turn.
You're muted.
I figured that out. So 1, 2, 3 people in between me and the dragon's action. Just trying to figure out how best to serve the party. I got 60 feet of movement, so I can go here. So at which point I can't get there without using a double move, which is an action because I'm not.
This is his corner, and this is his corner.
That's still just shy of being in range. At which point I could cast a spell that restricts its ability to attack to me as long as nobody else attacks it. But it would only be 3 people holding their action until after the guy goes. And then I could take the dodge action, and then he would have to hit an AC of 22 twice.
I don't think that is yet, but that's up to you.
I don't know if people are gonna hold their actions.
I was not planning to hold my action because I have magic punches. So.
True. I'm just trying to make it so the people in the back can get into range.
Oh, I'm already in range. It's fine.
Okay, I guess I'll... would that be range? So if I was there... No, it wouldn't be range. Oh, by the way, does anybody have anything that requires an attack roll to hit but is absolutely blasty? Or should I save those bonuses for my smites?
Up to you.
I guess I'll charge forwards to make a defense line. Yeah, that's where I want to go.
Your wings only give you 60 feet?
Yeah, at least I'm pretty sure it's 60 feet.
For double dashing?
Oh, not for double dashing. But if I get into range, I still won't be able to attack, so whoop-de-doo, so... Okay, so yeah, it's a fly speed of 60. So I'm going to move that 60. So if it moves forwards, it gets an attack of opportunity. Or I get an attack of opportunity. But I'm going to use my bonus action to recast Shield of Faith. Because, yeah. And then I am going to take the dodge action. And that ends my turn.
Okay. That means it is Demir.
I'm going to drop Ice Storm on his ass.
Okay. Could you remind me of the radius of that, please?
It's a 20-foot sphere, so I want to drop it directly on top of him.
All right. Let me get the
A
thing.
20-foot cylinder, technically.
Yeah.
And
I
he
have
needs
to
make me
wait for the thing to load.
Sorry.
I'll scroll down to Frost. Okay. I'll move that in a second. I'm assuming you're not trying to kill Mama here.
No.
Do you want to describe what it looks like when you use the staff?
Yeah, Demir takes her new ice staff and I didn't mean to do that. She just kind of takes her new staff and taps it on the ground and feels the ice like kind of vibrating and carries that vibration up through the staff and like directly down on top of him and just like hail out of the sky on like it was on Thursday just crashes down on top of his ass.
All right. And what kind of save does he need to make for that?
He needs to make me a dexterity save.
All right. Let's see. 19.
He saves, but he still takes damage. So let's see.
All right.
Okay, he takes 10 points of cold damage.
10.
And oh god, none of these are easy to add together. Hang on a second. Sorry. He takes 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the area in which he is now in is difficult terrain.
All right.
And yeah, you know, bonus action, Demir is going to feeling very sexy with his new staff, is going to look over at Lish and blow him a kiss. Like, hey babe. And you get bardic inspiration.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
That's it.
Toby.
Damn, my turn again already?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, that's still a pretty clear shot. Was he able to tell that the shock wasn't doing as much damage as he would have liked?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just checking the yeah, okay, Crimson Right. It's fixed last until you finish a short or long rest. Oh. Based on how the Crimson Right works, would it cost a bonus action to dispel it, and that I have to wait a turn to activate it again if I want to do a different one?
Nope. You can just dismiss it.
Okay. He'll dismiss his current one and then activate it again, so I'll do the 1d6 damage. Hits.
All right. And which one are you doing now?
Frost.
Okay.
Or Rite of Frozen. Cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now he will do his attacks. Attack number 1. Oh, that's a nat 1.
That misses,
Yeah.
sadly.
Yeah.
That arrow is irretrievable.
You're using advantage, right, from Lish's fairy fire.
Yeah, everybody gets attack advantage.
Oh, then I should roll again. Whoops. Hey, that's much better. 18 plus 9, that's a 27 to hit.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Thank God for that advantage. Okay, and since that's the first one, that's 2d8 plus 3. So 1, 2. 12 plus 3, that's 15 for the base damage, and then now the 1d6 for the Crimson Rite. Wow. 21 damage total.
Okay.
And now for the second attack. 17 to hit.
17 misses.
Okay. Is it only the first attack that the fairy fire is active, or is it just like constant?
It's constant.
Oh, I'm dumb.
For every single attack you make.
So let me focus. I'm bad at this. I'm bad at remembering rules. That's a 21. 12 plus
Yeah, that
9.
hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Thank God I have people I can ask. 6 plus 1. 7 damage.
Okay.
Every bit counts.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing his best. Yeah, he's gonna stay where he is. He's in a... Or actually, I might move him up like 1-2 spaces so that way he's not as close to Demir. And that will be his turn.
All right. Mama, it's your turn.
Wee! Okay, I'm gonna get right up on his shit. And I'm gonna do a fucking...
Pop.
Yeah. Because I do get one... Oh no, I gotta spend a key point for flurry of blows. Son of a bitch. Hang on. Yeah, I'll just do a quick 1-2 just to feel it out for the first.
You're giving them the old 1-2.
The old razzle dazzle, if you will. And it's advantage. Every single attack gets advantage. Yes, because of the fairy fire.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. So, yeah, that's gonna be... I'm hoping to God that a 24 hits.
Yes, it does.
Excellent. And hang on, let me just roll for the second one really quick. Son of a bitch! God damn it. Presumably a 15 does not.
15 misses.
Well, at least we got one. And they are magical, like my melee attacks count as magical, for the sake of overcoming resistances and immunities. Because don't monk shit. It's 7 damage.
Okay.
She'll kind of shake her hand that connected out a little bit and go, metal? Really?
All right.
Couldn't have chosen copper. It's softer.
Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, now that there's someone in range, he's going to take a legendary action and make a tail attack against you.
What kind of do I have to make a save at all?
No, he just rolls to hit.
I mean, the tail attack's less scary than the fire breath, at least.
Yeah, but if I had to make a dex save, I could either take no damage or half damage. I wouldn't have to take full damage.
So that's a 22 to hit.
I'm going to cry. That hits.
Okay.
Obviously.
So you take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And with that, it's now his turn. So he gets all his legendary actions back. That, yeah, I mean, he only spent one, but it's okay. And what he's going to do is he's going to fly out of the ice storm. And let's see, where are you going to land where you can have the most fun?
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, there's attacks of opportunities that can happen. He's going to land right next to you, Toby. But Mama, you could get an attack of opportunity if you wanted to take one.
Sir, please, I'm trying to do typography design.
Yeah, metal dragon nuts as he takes off.
Yeah, just fucking nut shot. Do attacks of opportunity get advantage with the fairy fire?
Yes.
Sexy. All right, let's fucking go. What the fuck, Richard? 11.
That misses, unfortunately. But that's okay because he's going to do some multi-attacks. He is going to try to bite Demir. So Demir, that's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So let me just roll some dice real quick.
Cool.
It's
He
okay,
takes
it's not
5
much.
points of frost damage. Because I assume he does more than 5 points of damage.
He does yeah, he does 9.
Okay, that's good. 9 points of damage. All of my hit points are gone. But that's okay.
Yeah,
He does take 5 points of cold damage.
All right, I'll mark that down. Okay. For his next attack, that's going to be a claw against Lish. Since you're here, he may as well. Oh, that's a natural 20. I have to say, I just got the new Caleb and Jester dice, and they've been treating me really well.
They haven't been treating us well.
They want us dead.
Hey, take it up with Laura Bailey and Liam O'Brien. That was Jester that just got the nat 20 against you, by the way. But that's okay.
Let's see. At Twitter, Laura Bailey.
So Lish, okay.
So
yeah, 26 slashing damage.
okay. I keep choking on my Gatorade. Is it 26?
And against Tobias, that's going to be another tail attack. So Tobias, that's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And you are going to take a whopping 11 bludgeoning damage.
Cringe.
All right, and let's see if he gets his fire breath back. Okay. That ends his turn. It is now Hawk's turn.
Wow, he's just right there, isn't he?
I maintain my concentration for Fairy Fire.
Cool. He's still marked then, yeah? Okay. I didn't know if you had to stay in the zone for it or not.
The zone is for Frost step.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. Okay. I want to risk the AOO, or do I want to just go melee mode? That's the question.
Do you want to try that the sightless arrow?
You bring up a good point. See, it hasn't worked, so I don't even remember the correct name.
Shadow arrow.
Yeah. I can't blame you, though. That would require eating the attack of opportunity.
What are the chances that he has blind sight?
I mean, as poetic as it would be if it still worked, but it ended up being useless, I think it's just a smarter idea to not take my chances with the attack of opportunity.
We're going out to run errands. You'll be alone by yourself.
Okay.
In Texas.
Okay. So yeah, he's gonna drop his bow, and then just draw a rapier and a complementing short sword. And get an AC bonus for that. It's fun. And I'm just gonna lay into him.
All right.
All right, so let's see. That's $17 to hit with a +7. That's something. That's 24. Okay.
That hits.
All right. Let's roll that rapier damage then. 8. Thankfully, it's magical. That is 4 piercing. Fun.
Okay.
After that, that's like a 3 plus. That's a 10, so that definitely doesn't hit.
That does not hit.
No. And I might as well go for the extra attack here. That's a 23.
23 to hit.
Yeah, 23 to hit, yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And then this doesn't get a modifier because it's offhand. That is 3 damage.
3 damage?
Yeah, piercing still.
Okay.
And that's basically it, yeah.
All right. Lish.
So seems
I
to
forgot about
be
advantage. Oh well.
Yeah, well, you're not rolling with advantage.
Oh, I forgot. Oh well, it's fine.
Did it hit or not?
I hit 2 of my 3 attacks. It's fine.
It could have crit.
It's fine. I'm not gonna reroll. It's your turn.
Okay. Dragon Boy's got steam coming out of him. He's got like
It's he doesn't have steam coming out of him. There's
Yeah.
steam all around the room coming from the water.
Hmm. I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, and I think I'm going to bonus action wild shape into
All right.
a gonna bonus action into an ice elemental.
All right. I'm not sure I have a token for that. Let me see. Well, at least not one I have to pay for.
Actually, no. I'm gonna do air elemental. That's what I'm gonna do.
Air elemental? Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's see. What will be the best one? I've got one that looks more watery, and I've got one that looks more lightning-y. Which would you prefer?
Probably the more lightning-y one, I guess.
All right. Why isn't that showing up on the map? Roll 20, I swear to God.
Roll anyway. You could just resize the magic effect, I guess, and I could just take that.
I mean, I want it to like me. It just does this sometimes. Like, while I will have to fight it while I'm trying to set up maps for you guys. All right, well, you know what? Fuck it. I guess it's gonna have to be the.
Just make Lish bigger.
No, Manlish is getting banished to the corner.
Oh, wait. I see something on the far right there above where you put Lish. Is that it?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I might just have to give you a celestial of
Whatever
some
works.
sort.
They are large.
B?
So they're what, 10 by 10?
Yeah, you can. Would you prefer like the celestial, or would you prefer just magic effect? Because I don't want to lose track of you.
It doesn't matter. Whatever works best. Whatever's
There.
best. Oh, cute. I'm like a little bug.
Moving around. Okay.
Great. Wonderful. Perfect. Beautiful. And I'm going to multi-attack. What I can do is I can make a whirlwind attack on this first one, actually. Just burn that. But I don't want to accidentally throw Toby off the bridge. Okay, yeah, so multi-attack. I'm going to take 2 slam attacks, which is a +8. And I get advantage. Hooray. Okay. Okay. Cool. So that's a non-natural 20 for the first one.
That'll hit.
And it's a non-natural. I think that's a. Non-natural 26 for the second one.
Those will hit.
So it is 2d8 plus 5. So 30 points of damage
Okay.
as I slam into its side. Kabam.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Cool. So he's going to take a legendary action and just whack you with his tail.
Okay.
Let's see. $19.
Let's see if that hits the AC of the elemental. Yes, that'll hit.
Okay. That's 2d8. And you take 13 bludgeoning damage to your elemental form. Aaron.
Woo woo. All right. He's gonna run over. Then start walloping, I guess. We're gonna burn through our first rage here. And that'll be a biffs it on the first attack.
Are you rolling with advantage?
Yes. Yep. But thanks for checking. And that's a 16 on the second.
16 misses.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think that's about all he can do.
All right. Well, that's okay.
But he does.
That's it for your turn?
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna try and hit you with his tail. So that's a 27 to hit.
That'll hit, shockingly enough.
Does 14 bludgeoning damage, but that's halved because you're raging.
Yep. All right. Well, I got some damage protection on my turn then.
All right. Valk.
Yes. Come back here, biggin. And so I do a hop with my wings to land behind him. And then I would like to roll to hit.
Yeah.
Advantage is still up.
Because he's sparkling.
So that would be a 26. That definitely hits.
Definitely.
And I am going to use a 3rd level smite.
All right.
Beige is the long sword damage itself. So I do 11 points of magical slashing.
All right.
And I did 19 points of radiant.
Okay.
I would like to use my War Cleric feature to make a bonus action attack since I made an attack.
Go for it.
At which point, 28. So that hits.
That definitely hits.
And yeah, I'm going to use another 3rd level smite.
What?
At which point I got 12 magical slashing, 13, 20 points of radiant damage.
How many points radiant?
Roar. 20.
Okay. All right. So it's at this point that coming from down on the ceiling, if I could find the fucking token, that's the wrong thing. There you are. One of the little repair units climbs down one of the chains. Hold on. This is not where he is. I just had to move him aside so that I could actually select him. He's actually more like here. And he got a 12 on initiative. Drag him up.
Man, Lish in the chains, beating him up.
So the repair unit climbs down and starts to, and as I said last time, just based on the diagram you got, it's like a toolbox on legs with like tweezers on one hand and a welding torch on the other. And it climbs down onto Maxson Price and starts to repair him. So let's see. How many hit points are you going to fix Mr. Price? So that would be okay, not bad. Okay. And it just completely ignores you guys. It's paying you guys no mind whatsoever. And with that, it's Damir's turn.
Okay. I'm about to be a little shithead. So I have a question. Wall of Ice lets me create a shape that is made up of 10-foot panels. So can I do Wall of Ice up to here? So it cuts off the repair unit from Maxim.
So the repair unit is actually on his body.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
It climbed down from the ceiling and landed on him and started welding.
Poop. Here I was hoping to get rid of its healing. I mean,
You can shoot it, though.
I could. If it's on him, would it take damage if I drop the radius thingy on it?
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, then, sorry, I'm trying to decide if I still want to be a shithead or not. I'll hold off on being a shithead, and I'm going to cast Shatter, and I'm going to try and, cast it so that the repair bot is also in it.
Okay.
Both
What sort of save for that?
Constitution saving throws.
Okay. So for
And
the
they both have disadvantage because they are creatures made of metal.
All right. Okay. So the repair unit got a 19 with disadvantage.
Ah, fucking hell.
It rolled a 17 and then an 18.
It takes
unless-
half damage.
Yeah, so I mean it's not hard to kill. If it's any consolation. And then Maxson. 22 with disadvantage.
Fucker. They both just take half damage, so that's hold on. That's 20 points of damage, so they both take 10 points of
Okay.
thunder damage. If I move over here, I haven't left his damage radius, so I don't provoke an attack of opportunity, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's 30 feet.
That's okay, because he's going to use his third and final legendary action against you.
Fine.
He's just going to whack you with his tail, don't worry.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's a 25 to hit.
That hits.
$21 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Aaron, I'll reduce that a little.
Ooh.
Aaron will reduce that by 9.
Oh, okay. So that was 22 but reduced by 9. So 13. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Aaron.
You see.
I don't like being up against him. I'm going to, upon taking damage, use my reaction to turn invisible and teleport 60 feet away. So
Okay.
I'm going to yeah, I'm going to turn invisible. I'm going this way.
Okay. So when you teleport 60 feet away, his head turns towards you slightly, and you get the impression he knows exactly where you are.
Oh,
Womp womp.
Womp. Blind sight. Well, that's okay.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Top of the round, it is Toby.
Yep, okay. He is. He'd be right there. I'm gonna have to move out of his way. Let's see. That little spider creature, that's the repair bot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still alive?
I mean, it's not looking good, but it's still alive.
Tobias wouldn't be able to shoot it from where he is.
Oh, you definitely could.
Oh, okay, cool. Then he's gonna try to do that. And it still has the fairy fire? Yep.
The creature does, the spider doesn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
right. Yeah, no. That's right, yeah. Okay. This is why I double check. Hey, he rolled nice. That's a 27 to hit the spider.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
Nice. 13 plus 3, that's 16, and then plus the 1d6 for cross. Why is it his first rolls or his first attacks do so fucking well? Okay, so 13 plus 3, 16 plus another 6 is 22. Yes. 22 damage. Yeah.
That thing's fucking destroyed.
Fucking shoots and it explodes.
Yeah, pretty much. It
Just hear a little
explodes in like a shower of sparks.
So it just goes, oh. And then for Maxim himself, I'm gonna want Toby to move.
So if you move that far, you will be taking an attack of opportunity, just so you know.
Yeah. Would I still be taking an attack of opportunity if I just like move along here? Because I'm still technically in his.
If you stay within his range.
But would that even give me more distance? Yeah, because as of right now, Tobias would be at disadvantage of shooting with his bow, wouldn't he? Because he's like right on top of him.
Hit him.
Yeah, I'd get away from the edge if I were you.
Yeah. So I think I will just have to deal with that attack of opportunity. Let's see. 25 and then. Oops. Oh my lord. Okay. It's like I go to try to click and do the thing, and then it starts moving my page as well, and I'm like, stop, please.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I should remove the repair unit. Goodbye.
Okay.
You don't have to hold down your right mouse button to change the direction. You just have to click it once and then it'll go.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Just
after
rolling for the attack of opportunity.
It took me a second to realize that was how it worked, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I've not used Roll20 much. I'd say that's about probably a better spot for Toby. Oh, I forgot to switch to the damn. There we go. And then what's that attack of opportunity?
Yeah. So that's a 29 to hit.
Wow.
As he just fucking chomps you and bites you.
Oh god, not again.
And for the damage, that's 18 piercing damage.
I just imagine he fucking bites down on Toby's shoulder as he's trying to go by and then just yeets him.
Yeah. Does the like Skyrim dragon kill animation where it just like chomps you and like shakes you and throws you off. Luckily not off the edge though.
Yeah, he just goes skidding along the platform and then gets up. He's like, oh, I'm okay.
Is that it for your turn?
No, he will do his second attack on the dragon.
Okay.
Rolling to hit, and since it's the dragon, that's the wrong fucking dice. Oh my god. Stop. Okay. And it still has the fairy. The dragon still has fairy fire on it, so it's rolling with advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that was advantage. 20.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
Oh, cool. 1d8 plus 3, and then the d6. 12.
12 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that will be Tobias's turn.
All right. Mama.
Yes, dearie. Yeah.
I said mama, not grandmama.
Grandmama! You bossy hedgehog! Yeah, I know she can. Hang on. Fucking. Let me triple check. Okay, she can go right there. And we're gonna spend. So, fun question. Because I have these funny little things where I can spend a key point for, like if he fucks up a deck save. Where the fuck is it? Aha! It's the open hand technique stuff. If he fails a dex save, he falls prone. Would that work on him, or is he just too fucking big?
You don't know.
Okay, well, you know, I might as well, because I'm already spending the key point. Just try it.
Grab his leg and yank. Sweep him off his feet, Mom.
Yeah, just fucking just punches out his fucking kneecap. But I'll do a quick pop. And my flurry of blows one will be a dex save, I guess.
All right.
So
What's the DC?
That's a 15.
Oh, okay.
So that's even if it hits. So hang on. 22?
22 hits.
Cool. That was the first one. 28.
That hits.
27.
That hits.
Natty 20. Shit. The other one would have been 26 then, but. So the flurry of blows one is the last one, which crit. And let me guess, he doesn't fall prone.
Well, he has to make a dex save, right?
Yeah. And it did crit.
It doesn't affect the dex save, unfortunately.
I have adult monk moment, please.
22.
Damage. Okay. And because the last one crit, it's double damage, yeah?
Yes.
Sick. So that's a total of... Oh god. 21 damage.
All right.
And what was his dex save?
22.
Yeah, fuck. So he doesn't fall prone. He's a big bitch. But hey, 21 points of damage. It's better than fucking 7.
All right. That brings us to Maxson's turn. Now, unfortunately, Mama moved, but that's okay because he can still get a 2-fer instead of a 3-fer. Guys should be able to see my arrow here. Getting Erin and Demir, because guess who got their fire breath back?
Yay!
So I would like Demir and Erin to both make dexterity saving throw. So he spits the flaming oil.
I don't think a 4 saves.
No.
Yeah, this dice is going away.
17?
17 fails, unfortunately.
Damn.
Okay, just a second. Math. I rolled well.
Great.
So that's a nice even 60 damage to both of you.
I'm out.
All right.
Same.
Okay. Oh, that's the wrong thing I was clicking there. Okay. Does the ice storm stay up then, or does it go away? I assume it goes away.
No, actually, hold on. Let me double check. Because it's not concentration.
Okay.
If it's not consecration.
It's not concentration. It would have gone away at the end of my next turn. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's gone.
All right. That's it for Maxson's turn. It is now Hawk's turn.
We're in the right pickle. Hawk's actually gonna shout out no as Demir and Aaron go down. He's going to skirt along just like the edge of Maxson's reach. Go over here and sort of reach down to Aaron. Go like, please get up. Are you all right? And it's at this point that where's the die? There it is. It's at this point that Aaron heals 4 HP.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Unfortunately, that is also his action. So I think he'll actually, yeah, I'm going to spend a second wind. He's going to turn straight around, glare at Maxson, just straight in the eyes, if he even has any. And sort of
Got a couple glowing red eyes.
Yeah. Just spit out, locking his green eyes to Maxson's red. Stay away from them, you aberration! And just lay into him again with a pair of swords. Still got fairy. Does he still have fairy fire, Lish?
Should, yep.
Okay. Okay, that makes a heck of a difference. That is a 16 plus 7.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright, cool. Roll damage for that. 2d8. There it is. Cool. That's 4 piercing.
Okay.
It is magical, so it pierces if that matters.
It does.
Okay. Okay, now for non-magical short sword attacks. That's another 16 plus 7. I'm going to roll the 1d6 plus 3. That is 9 piercing, non-magical. And then last roll. 19 plus 7. And that's a non-magical 4.
Okay.
Alright, that's it.
All right. He's gonna hit you with his tail.
Bring it.
That's 16 plus 11, so I assume that hits.
Yeah, that hits. I had hope when you said 16. Oh, that's the wrong resource. I need to take on action surge, not second wind. There we go.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. I just need to actually do it right myself. So I actually took down second wind.
You take 17 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Is that it for your? I assume that's it for your turn.
Yeah, that's it. I've spent all my actions.
Lish.
I'm hitting it with my air fists. Multi-attack. 23 for the first. To hit.
That hits.
And 24 for the second.
Also hits.
Okay, so it's 2d8 plus 1. It's 30 damage.
30 damage.
30.
Okay.
30 bludgeoning.
All right.
Max. And yeah, that's my turn, I think.
All right.
I'm not dropping form, so
It is now the second and last spider's turn. Skitters down and starts doing some repairs. That's not bad. Okay. Maxson is looking rough, by the way.
finish him.
I need to add this gentleman's turn. Hold on. Okay. Aaron, you are prone.
Yay.
You have 4 hit points.
Yep. He's gonna stand back up. For one.
For the record, Hawks looks amazed that Aaron was able to get up.
It is. It says me, but he's kind of not. And I've used my second wind, so I can't leave safely. So I guess I'm just going right back to walloping. Aaron just bounces up and just starts slashing.
You may want
to start raging again.
Yeah, I was gonna say you may want to reinitiate rage.
Yes, I'll need to activate one of those. Yep, he burns through another rage, and goes straight back to walloping. That is a 24 on the first
That
hit.
hits.
All right, and that'll be nice. Plus, that'll be 15 damage.
15 damage.
Yep.
All right.
Slashing. And then that is a 25 on the second hit.
Definitely hits.
You're using advantage, right?
Yes. Yep. Almost got a critical. I didn't, though. And that's 15 damage again.
Okay. He's looking real rough.
Yes. Actually, wait. Add 6 to that because I didn't add in my raging damage.
Okay. Please describe how you kill him.
Through the power of friendship, we prevail.
Yeah. So Aaron, he's on the ground, and he just springs up, and says, "That fucking burned," and then just cuts right through it.
All right. So, as you cut through it, the metal pieces of Maxson Price start to shake. And I would like everyone except for Demir to make a dexterity saving throw because Demir, you automatically fail.
Yay! I also want to point out Demir is still invisible. Her invisibility doesn't drop until the beginning of her next turn.
Oh my god.
Even when she's unconscious?
She's unconscious and invisible.
Is this an effect that activates danger sense?
Read me the description for danger sense, please.
It's dex save against things you can see.
Yes, this is danger sense.
Perfect. That's good to know.
I got a 15, but don't monk shit. Even if it fails, I take half
15,
damage.
15 fails.
I got
Still
a
taking half
natural 20.
damage.
And I fail too.
I am spending an indomitable on that roll.
Good idea.
And I'm
Tobias
glad I
roll.
did. That's a 22.
So we're all rolling. What was it again?
Dexterity.
Dexterity saving throw.
Tobias rolled a 19.
Ha!
Uh,
A
A
20.
19 saves. Saves. Basically, if anyone got a 17 and below, that's a failure. So you take for those of you that got 17 and below, you take 19 fire damage. Those of you that passed half of that, and now it's time for the piercing damage.
And it was
Right.
how much fire damage?
19.
Hang on, I'm doing math. 19 fire damage, about to calculate the piercing damage.
You round. Remind me, do you round up or down?
Up.
Okay. So that's
then-
10 for the people who saved.
And then 18 in a piercing damage.
So it's another 9 for the savers.
But let me just describe this. So, as Erin gets the final blow against Maxson Price, his metal form explodes outward. But then something seems to shift slightly. You're still injured by this, but the pieces come back together, and Maxson Price disappears.
Man, I never got to say the one that I wanted to. No.
Valk's down.
Yeah.
Lish is up and dropping his form, and he's running to Demir.
You know where Demir is?
Well, no, that's
Invisible.
But I mean, it's 6 seconds per round, so I assume by the time he unshifts and gets over to her, he can see her. 6 seconds around. Well,
Is
and
that
he doesn't even have to run.
very true?
He's gonna cast Healing Word from afar and then go to her. Okay. You get 8 hit points back.
Yay.
And I'll cast
thank
one
you.
on Volk too, I guess, since Volk also is collapsing.
Mama's gonna take a fucking seat on the ground, just a heavy whump
Volk gets 5.
back on her ass, and she's gonna do
Yay,
her
I'm up.
she's gonna do her dope monk shit of
And I slap
gain 30
healing
HP. I'm
I
using
slap a healing hand onto Aaron since he went down 2 for 10.
Oh, awesome. All right.
Lish is very much like, stay on guard, it might come back.
Loot.
There's nothing to loot.
Are you
Yeah,
sure
Demir-
about that?
His entire
Demir
body
comes-
disappeared, so yes. But
Demir
Well, he's
comes
a
back
dragon.
up.
He should have a horde somewhere.
I mean, he's a man dragon man.
He has a dragon body, but it does not entirely mean he has a dragon mind. The fact that his body reformed before he vanished, that does not bode well. We may just want to leave now while we still can.
Yeah, let's get out of here real quick before this whole fucking thing maybe collapses.
Yeah,
on
it
us.
also might
Let's
not be
go.
stable.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
that's fair.
Does it look stable where we're at?
Roll an Arcana check.
Mama's still gonna help. Erin's the one with 4 HP.
I'm at
She's
10
gonna-
now. It's fine.
it's 10. Not much of an improvement, but
It's up to 10? Okay, neat. Volk only has 5, right?
Yeah.
But I have healing out the wazoo if need be.
Yeah, Mama did her dope monk shit and got back to full health, so she's gonna come up to Volk and offer her to offer Volk to lean on her shoulder.
Yeah, Lisha's gonna start urging everybody now to let's get out now. Now.
That's a
Yeah,
16.
Tobias
Arcana
will
check.
get Demir to her
Hard to
feet and
say.
start
The
dragging her along.
chains are still rattling up there. There still seems to be steam being pumped. You're not sure.
Wait, we should hang on. I should scry on him while we're here in case he reformed here.
Should we at
At
least
the very least, if you're
Or-
going to do that, let's move right next to the door.
Okay. Yeah, Demir will limp her way over to the door and then sit down and pull out her scry orb. And
All right.
try scrying.
Tobias
on
is going to have a
Maxson.
hand on her, ready to yank her through in case Maxim does come back.
So you pull out the scry orb and begin to try to locate Maxson Price. And you're hit once again with a wall. You have no idea where he is.
Well, he's not here.
Or if he is,
Or why he is.
Or even really who he is.
what
if you think
is
about it.
Gamora?
I never knew this freak.
everyone asks where Maxson Price is, but never how Maxson Price is.
I hope he's fucking dead.
Same.
But with that confirmed in your mind, you all head back through the door, and that's where we will call session for today.
You killed me
All
bad.
We did it.
boy.
Boss fight.
Oh man.
Boss fight. Boss fight.
That was fun.
Oh, that was
a boss fight.
It's lots
That
of
was so much
fun.
Holy shit. We fought a clockwork dragon, y'all.
Woo!
right.
We really
Thanks for
dungeoned
playing,
that
guys.
Our
dragon.
second dragon
Yeah,
under our
thank
belt.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the record, the thing I wanted to do is if Hawk managed to somehow get the final blow, or was able to get in a word edgewise, if Max tried to talk to him, he would have responded with, "Die, monster! You don't belong in this world."
Nice.
Sick.
All right. So, we'll see you next time, I guess.
Bye, y'all.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the DM.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.